Hello and welcome, traders. So just an overview of gold currently, right? So if you were following along with us yesterday, if you got in on the limit, the 148.25, I believe it was, or 148.50, that limit, right, as you can see, is actually it went for about 200 pips, and it is currently running, about 170 pips in profit right now. So, 150 or so. So, right, we had the double bottom, came up. We had that retrace into the neckline, and then our further continuation up, right? It also occurred on that major level there. You could have gotten in right on this multiple different areas if you didn't get in, right? Because we did end up catching that first move up um, on the 4th and the 5th, right? And then price spiked back down. For those of you who weren't in, right, you were able to get in on the limit, or again at 1550, or when I told you whenever we had the break, right, of 1552.5, even if you were to enter in there, you would be over 100 pips in profit right now. So here, and let's just look at it on the hourly, right? On the 4 hour, you kind of had a double bottom here. You could be, saying an inverted head and shoulders happened. There's a few things that you could have done, right? You could have said, you had this double bottom form here. Okay, so it fulfilled, and when it started to come up here, this created its new impulsive leg. So what you could have done, right, because now you have a swing low, swing low, swing high, and you start to have that retracement, right, we would be able to go ahead and pull out the Fibonacci tool. So if you missed, right, those limits that we called, okay, you could have pulled out your Fib tool, right, knowing what you know, right up in that kill zone. Okay, and you could have found an entry again, right, at that 1552.5. Okay, you could have gotten in around that region. Actually went a little bit lower, 1552.35, but we would have went off of that small level, right? It'd be 1552.5. And that's because it's the 25 pips. Okay, then you could have gotten in, right? Take profit levels. You already know how these work. Take profit one would have been there for about 45 pips. And there, QP would have been next. And then these. Okay, which they all ended up getting hit. All right, and then that gives us to where we are currently, sitting down here by this half quarter point, floating about 9 pips, 9 to 10 pips in profit right now. Let's check in on our position. Yeah, still about $300 floating in profit on a 3-0 from this QP up here, right? These entries I have already closed, okay, and that just being due to the fact that, we went for 100 pips or so. 1550 entries and the 48 entries again have been closed. I closed them at the successful tap, this retap over here of this half quarter point. They were closed. One was left open to come to 1567.22, which ended up going past. Okay, so all of those gold longs were closed on my end here, right? And then we had this push back down to this half quarter point, and then my limit activated. Okay, and that's where we are currently. So multiple different ways you could have gotten in on gold. Okay, and again, we're using absolutely nothing complicated. we're able to get these amazing ass entries. So expect a lot more coming from me. But like I told you all, I've been dealing with some family stuff. That's all wrapped up now. So I know it is Thursday. It's a little late in the week, but most likely next week. I will be back full time next week. And expect a lot. Expect the challenge to begin again. So expect that. I haven't decided if we're going to continue the 20 to 15K. We might do a 50 to 500 challenge just to like get everybody up and running, and then pick up the 20 to 15K with everybody at $500. Okay, so may do something like that. Especially build everybody's confidence for the challenge, because if you do something like that, it becomes a lot easier to replicate it. Okay. But as you can see, right, it's literally, we're not using anything complicated. We're utilizing our levels, price action, throwing in a little bit of the Fibonacci as well. But it's really nothing too uber complicated. So again, I hope this breakdown helps you all. And if you all have questions about it, we'd like to see another one today for a different pair. Right, the week is almost over. But if you guys would like to see some more, just let me know, and I will see what I can do for you.